All right, so you're ready to step up your basketball game, especially those shooting skills.
Yeah.
And you're probably wondering how all this Steph Curry stuff,
Right, yeah.
how's it changing the game, right? Well, we took a deep dive into this awesome interview with lethal shooter.
Oh, yeah?
He's a big-time shooting coach.
Yeah.
And he was on Gilbert Arenas' podcast, No Chill.
Okay.
Really eye-opening stuff.
I bet he's...
You ready to get into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so first off,
Okay.
what's really cool about Lethal Shooter is he's not just like some talking head,
Right.
He's actually got like the
He
experience
got the resume.
to back it up.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Played with Kevin Durant,
Oh, wow.
McDonald's All-American nominee,
Oh, wow.
Sweet 16 with Washington State,
Wow.
broke three-point records at St. Bonaventure, played overseas for 7 years,
Right.
mentored by Craig Hodges.
Jeez.
I mean, come on.
That's crazy. So like the guy's been around.
He's been there, done that.
Oh, yeah. Which makes his training philosophy even more interesting.
Right.
Because it kind of goes against what's, hot in the NBA right now.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a big believer in mastering the mid-range game. Like, that's his thing.
Okay.
He's so adamant about it that he barely even lets his clients, even NBA stars, shoot threes until they've got that mid-range jumper down.
That's so interesting because, like,
I know.
you would think it'd be all threes all the time.
Right, especially nowadays.
Yeah.
But his reasoning is actually really smart.
Okay, so break it down for us.
Sure. So
Why is the mid-range so important?
Yeah, why is that?
When everyone's chucking threes.
Well, he sees it as like the foundation, right?
Yeah.
Imagine a golfer just hitting bombs on the driving range, but never actually playing on a course.
I see.
It's the same idea. Mastering the mid-range, it forces you to develop the proper form, mechanics. You build that muscle memory.
Oh, okay.
You're not just chucking it from deep and hoping, right? You're building a consistent shot that translates across the court. And that actually helps you become a better three-point shooter, too.
That makes total sense. It's
Yeah.
like, you got to learn your ABCs.
Totally.
Before you can write a novel.
Exactly. You need those core skills down.
Yeah.
Before you can get to the fancy stuff.
Like, how many times have we seen these young players who can hit threes, but then, like,
Oh, I know.
a layup is like
Yeah, they can't hit a layup.
a foreign concept.
Anything in between is like, forget about it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Lethal Shooter and Arenas were saying. It's like,
Right.
kids are skipping steps now. They're trying to be Steph Curry without putting in the work on the fundamentals.
Right.
They're sacrificing those fundamentals
Highlight reel.
for the highlight reel. Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's another interesting thing he talks about.
Oh, yeah.
Turning off the quick twitch.
Yeah. That was...
Have you heard of that?
Yeah, what is that?
So he's observed that a lot of these super athletic, explosive players, they actually struggle with shooting because they can't turn off those fast-twitch muscle fibers. These are the fibers that are responsible for like quick, powerful bursts of movement.
Okay.
Like jumping.
Gotcha.
Right. But shooting requires like finesse, control, almost like slowing the body down.
Right.
It's a completely different type of muscle activation.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And he uses Cole Anthony as an example.
Oh, yeah, that's a great example. This super explosive point guard who had to learn how to like dial back that explosiveness to refine his shot.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's such a nuanced insight, right?
Yeah.
It shows you how much he understands both the physical and the mental parts of the game.
Right, right,
And it kind of highlights something that's often overlooked in training.
right,
Sometimes less is more,
right.
you know?
You don't always got to go hard.
Exactly, yeah.
So where does Steph Curry fit into all of this?
Right.
Because, a lot of people say that his dominance from deep has kind of negatively impacted, like, youth basketball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They think everyone's just trying to shoot threes now.
Right, exactly.
Both Lethal Shooter and Arenas, they acknowledge that perception.
Yeah.
They made it very clear, though, it's not Steph's fault.
Of course not. He's amazing.
Right. He's phenomenal.
Right.
But it's the trainers and the parents pushing kids to imitate him before they've mastered the basics.
Yeah.
They're the problem. They're sacrificing fundamentals.
Or those. Yeah.
For the highlight reel moments.
Yeah, for Gary Man.
Exactly.
Which brings us to that whole IG trainer thing.
Oh, yes.
That Lethal Shooter criticizes.
He really emphasizes that trainers, they need to have actually played the game at a high level.
Right.
Like they should have applied the skills they're teaching in real games.
Right, against real defenders.
Yeah, exactly. They need to understand how moves work.
Yeah.
Or don't work
Right.
against actual defenders.
Not just how to make it look cool.
Right, not just for Instagram, yeah.
Yeah, for a video.
For a video, yeah.
Arenas agreed with that too.
He did. He pointed out how a lot of trainers, they lack the experience
Right.
to really teach those nuances or to understand how an NBA move, like, might not translate well to a high school game.
Right.
It's all about context.
Yeah. Yeah.
Knowing what works, where, and when.
And speaking of context, I think it's a good time to move on to Lethal Shooter's unique training approach.
Okay, yeah, let's get into that.
Yes.
So his approach is all about, like, focused one-on-one sessions,
Okay.
minimal distractions,
Yeah.
no cameras, no entourage,
Yeah.
just pure work.
Old school.
Yeah, kind of like old school.
But with a,
Wow.
modern understanding.
Exactly.
Of-
If it came,
Yeah.
he tailors, like, individual plans based on the player's strengths and weaknesses.
It's not like cookie cutter.
No, not at all.
And it's not even just about,
Right.
physical skills.
No, he emphasizes the mental side of shooting
Yeah.
just as much as the mechanics.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, he talked about developing a consistent, like, pre-shot routine,
Oh, okay.
almost like a ritual
Okay.
to calm the mind,
Yeah.
focus on the process.
So it's like not just like
Yeah,
So-
it's not just about the shot itself.
the shot. Yeah.
It's about, like, what you do leading up to it.
Right. To get in that.
Yeah, to get in the zone.
The zone. Yeah.
It allows the brain time to process after each attempt
Oh, I see.
and to maintain a neutral emotional response to both makes and misses.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because you know how some players,
Oh, yeah.
they miss a couple shots and they just,
They lose it.
lose their rhythm.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like their emotion.
They let their emotions take over.
Yeah.
That's what he's trying to avoid.
Makes sense.
Training the mind as much as the body.
Yeah. It's all connected. It's not just about being in the gym, though.
Right.
He also had some good advice for young athletes
Oh, yeah.
who are navigating NIL deals.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole other world.
Right. It's like a whole,
That's a lot for these kids to handle.
whole different game.
Yeah.
He was really emphasizing the importance of
Yeah.
aligning with brands that
Right.
share your values.
Yes. And your long-term goals.
Right. Not just like,
Exactly.
who's giving you the most money?
It's not about chasing every dollar.
Right.
It's about finding those partners that actually support, like, your overall vision.
Yeah.
He used his own Red Bull partnership as an example.
Oh, okay.
He didn't just sign with any energy drink company.
Right. It was
He
like,
chose one that, like, really aligned with, like, his image and his values.
yeah, he thought about it.
Yeah, it was strategic.
But they also brought up some valid concerns
Oh, for sure.
about the, potential downsides
Yeah, there are downsides.
of NIL deals.
Like, the pressure on these young athletes is immense.
Oh, yeah, especially with all that money.
So much money.
And then you've got the parents, right?
Oh, don't even get me started on the parents.
Oh, man.
Sometimes the pressure they put on their kids is, like, way too much.
Yeah, they can push them in the wrong direction.
In the wrong direction, absolutely. They
Yeah.
mentioned this story about, like, a college player who was given a Lamborghini
Oh, wow.
by a booster who later became his agent.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
It's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential for exploitation there.
Yeah, you need like a good support system.
You need people who are looking out for your best interests.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And speaking of navigating tough situations, the conversation kind of took a turn
It did.
when Arenas started talking about
Yeah.
accountability and how it relates to,
Yeah.
young athletes
Yeah.
who are in the public eye.
You're talking about his past comments, right?
Yeah.
Ones that caused all that controversy.
It's interesting to hear him reflect on it now.
Yeah, it
He
is.
seems to have a different perspective.
Oh, for sure. He's grown a lot.
Yeah.
He really believes that true accountability.
Yeah. Starts with like genuine change and self-reflection
Uh,
before even thinking about apologies.
So it's not just about saying sorry.
No, it's not just about saying sorry to make the problem go away.
Right, to, like, quiet everybody down.
It's about actually doing the work to become a better person.
Makes you think about that whole cancel culture thing, huh?
It does. It really does.
Yeah.
It's easy to judge.
It's so easy.
right. But what Arenas is saying, it's
Yeah.
all about personal growth, second chances.
Right, recognizing that people can change.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's especially important
Yeah.
for these young athletes, right?
Oh, absolutely.
They're under so much scrutiny.
Constant pressure.
Yeah,
Instead of just tearing them down
right,
when they make a mistake,
right.
maybe we should be supporting them,
Yeah,
help them, change, become better role models.
right. Create a culture
Yeah, culture of
where they can grow.
growth, redemption, exactly.
Because, Everybody makes mistakes.
We all do. It's how you learn from them.
That's what matters.
Right. This whole conversation's been, like, really insightful.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Lethal Shooter talking about fundamentals.
The mental game.
Yeah, the mental game.
It's so important.
And then Arenas with the accountability stuff.
It makes you think about life, not just basketball.
Really does.
Yeah.
It shows you how important it is.
Oh, it's crucial.
To have those, like, experienced mentors.
Those guiding figures.
Yeah, who can help young athletes, you know, develop their skills, but also, like, navigate all the crazy stuff.
The pressures.
Yeah, the pressures of today's world.
Exactly. It's not just about basketball anymore.
No, it's a whole
business.
a whole industry.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, we need more coaches.
Yeah, mentor.
Or invested in developing, like, well-rounded individuals.
The whole person.
Yeah.
Not just, you know, a talented athlete.
Right, exactly.
There's more to it.
So much more. So, as we wrap up this deep dive,
Okay, yeah.
what, like, really stood out to you about this conversation?
Wow, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Lots to think about.
Yeah.
I mean, where do we even begin?
I guess for me, it was just, like, that emphasis on, like, the mental side.
Oh, for sure. That was huge.
It's not something you hear a lot about.
No, you don't.
But it's so important.
It really is.
And I think, you know,
Yeah.
no matter what you do in life.
Whether you're a player, a coach, a fan.
Right.
It applies to everyone.
Absolutely. It's about, like, being resilient.
Yeah, bouncing back from setbacks.
And having that, like, mental toughness.
That mental fortitude. That's what separates the good from the great.
That's a great point. I think that's something for all of us to think about, you know, as we go forward, not just in basketball, but in everything we do.
Yeah, I love that.
So thanks for joining us.
Yeah, this was fun.
On this deep dive.
Always a pleasure.
And we'll catch you next time.
All right, see you.